Welcome to Movie Time. Today, we're excited to share our selection of the top 10 best new movies of 2025 that you can't miss. These films will keep you hooked from start to finish, delivering non-stop thrills, intense moments, and heart-pounding scenes that won't let you look away for even a second. This video is the 5th installment in our 2025 movie series. Be sure to check out the links to the previous episodes in the description below. If you enjoy these movie summaries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your movie-loving friends. Stay tuned until the end of the video and let us know your favorite film in the comments. Number 10. The Naked Gun.
30 feet.
The Naked Gun is an action comedy film that follows Lieutenant Frank Drebin Jr., played by Liam Neeson, the son of the iconic detective Frank Drebin from the original trilogy. Much like his father, Frank finds himself bumbling his way through a chaotic and hilarious investigation filled with absurd situations and slapstick comedy. The story begins when Frank is assigned to work with Beth, played by Pamela Anderson, a returning character from the original films. Beth is seeking justice for her brother's mysterious murder. As Frank digs deeper into the case, he discovers a complicated plot involving a powerful and corrupt tech mogul, Richard Kane, played by Danny Huston. Richard is at the center of a scheme that threatens public safety, and Frank must navigate through a series of ridiculous and over-the-top obstacles to uncover the truth. The movie is scheduled for release in the United States on August 1st. Number 9. Xiam. Xiam is a Thai action horror film that blends intense martial arts with a zombie apocalypse. The story follows Singh, a retired Muay Thai fighter who is trying to leave violence behind and build a peaceful life with his girlfriend Rin, a compassionate doctor working at a city hospital. Just as Singh begins to find peace, an unexpected outbreak of a mysterious virus transforms people into fast feral zombies, beginning right in the heart of Rin's hospital. When Singh goes to visit Rin, the outbreak erupts. The hospital becomes ground zero for chaos as patients, staff, and even security personnel turn into bloodthirsty creatures. Singh barely escapes the first wave and quickly realizes that Rin is trapped inside. Without access to weapons or outside help, Singh must rely solely on his bare hands and Muay Thai skills to fight his way through multiple floors, crawling with the undead. As Singh battles through the infected hospital, he meets Buddy, a clever young boy who has survived alone. Together, they navigate blood-soaked corridors, evade infected staff, and face growing dangers as the virus spreads and survivors become more desperate. Number 8. Ice Road: Vengeance.
Keep driving.
Vengeance is high-octane action thriller and a sequel to the Ice Road 2021. The story follows Mike McCann, played by Liam Neeson, a seasoned ice road trucker still haunted by the death of his younger brother, a tragedy that happened during a dangerous rescue mission years before. Mike travels to Nepal with the intent to scatter his brother's ashes on the summit of Mount Everest, fulfilling a promise made long ago. Upon arriving, he teams up with Donnie, a skilled and determined local mountain guide, who agrees to help him navigate the perilous climb. As they begin their ascent, they discover that the region is under threat from a ruthless group of mercenaries led by a violent warlord. This group is intent on exploiting the vulnerable mountain villages and tourists in the area to control a lucrative smuggling route. The mercenaries attack a bus full of tourists traveling through the mountains, taking hostages and causing chaos. Using Mike's survival skills and Donnie's knowledge of the terrain, they fight back against overwhelming odds to save the hostages and villagers. Number 7. The Pickup.
Hey, yo, you seeing this? Pull over and you won't get hurt.
The Pickup is an action comedy film that follows Russell, a veteran armored truck driver played by Eddie Murphy, who is trying to live a quiet, honest life as he nears retirement and focuses on taking care of his wife. However, his peaceful routine is disrupted when he's unexpectedly paired with Travis, a talkative and immature rookie who has just started the job. The two couldn't be more different. Russell is cautious and disciplined, while Travis is careless and unpredictable. To Russell's shock, the heist is connected to Travis, who had a one-night stand with a woman named Zoe. Unbeknownst to him, she's the mastermind behind the robbery. Using information she gathered from Travis, Zoe and her crew hijack the route and force the two drivers into cooperating. Now caught in the middle of a high-stakes crime, Russell and Travis must work together to stay alive as they navigate betrayal, escalating danger, and the possibility that this day might be their last. Number 6. Afterburn. Afterburn is a post-apocalyptic science fiction action film set 10 years after a catastrophic solar flare devastated the eastern hemisphere of Earth, throwing the world into chaos. The solar event crippled modern technology and society, leaving vast areas uninhabitable and forcing survivors to adapt to a harsh, lawless new reality. The story centers on Jake, a tough and resourceful ex-soldier turned treasure hunter. Haunted by his past and the collapse of civilization, Jake ekes out a living scavenging valuable artifacts from the ruins of the old world. When Jake learns of a secret mission to recover the priceless Mona Lisa painting, believed to be hidden somewhere in the devastated region, he is drawn into a high-stakes race against time and ruthless enemies. Jake's quest becomes a desperate struggle to retrieve the painting before it falls into the hands of a dangerous faction led by a ruthless warlord who seeks to exploit the chaos for his own gain. The film is slated for a limited theatrical release in the United States on August 22nd. Number 5. Red Sonja. Red Sonja is a superhero action thriller set in a brutal and unforgiving world ruled by warlords and sorcery. The story follows a fierce warrior named Sonja who embarks on a relentless quest for vengeance and freedom after being captured by the tyrannical ruler, Dragon the Magnificent. Forced into slavery and thrown into a blood-soaked gladiatorial arena, she must fight for her survival against monstrous foes and ruthless opponents. Once a proud warrior from a destroyed village, Sonja carries the scars of her past and a burning hatred for those who wronged her. As she rises through the ranks of the arena, earning the respect of fellow outcasts and rebels, she encounters Dark Anesia Dragon's enigmatic bride and a former warrior whose true loyalties remain uncertain. When Sonja uncovers Dragon's plan to dominate the lands using dark magic and brutal conquest, she begins to rally the other gladiators to form a resistance. Her journey is marked by savage battles, unexpected betrayals, and rare moments of trust and camaraderie as she fights not only for survival, but to reclaim her destiny. Number 4. Black Phone 2.
Hello, Finny.
Black Phone 2 is a horror film set 4 years after the terrifying events of the first installment. The story follows 17-year-old Finney, who is still grappling with the psychological scars left by his abduction at the hands of the grabber. Although he escaped the killer's clutches, the trauma of that encounter continues to haunt both him and his 15-year-old sister Gwen. Gwen, who possesses a mysterious psychic ability, begins experiencing chilling new visions, this time centered around a remote alpine lake winter camp, where 3 boys are being stalked by a shadowy, malevolent presence. As Gwen's dreams grow more intense, she starts receiving cryptic messages through a dream version of the Black Phone, a supernatural device that once connected Finney to the grabber's previous victims. Despite his efforts to move on, Finney is drawn back into darkness when Gwen insists they investigate the disturbing events at the camp. Haunted by echoes of the past, the siblings soon realize that the evil they thought was behind them may not be gone after all. Number 3. Megan 2.
He's the only thing that matters to me.
Megan 2 is a science fiction horror thriller that takes place 2 years after the events of the first film. Gemma, the brilliant roboticist who created Megan, has become a vocal advocate for AI regulation after witnessing the dangers of uncontrolled artificial intelligence. Her niece Katie, now a teenager, is still coping with the trauma of losing her parents and the complicated bond she once had with Megan. Although Megan was deactivated, the memory of what she did and what she was capable of still lingers. Meanwhile, a secret military program has been developing a new AI weapon based on the Megan prototype. The result is Amelia, a more advanced and highly dangerous android designed for combat and assassination. Unlike Megan, Amelia was built for warfare, with fewer safety restrictions and no emotional connection to humans. However, during a test operation, Amelia malfunctions and escapes, posing a serious threat to public safety. Fearing what Amelia might do, the government discreetly contacts Gemma for help. She realizes that the only AI capable of stopping Amelia may be the very one she once tried to destroy, Megan. Number 2. Drop. Drop is a mystery thriller about Violet, a recently widowed mother struggling to rebuild her life. Encouraged by her sister, she reluctantly agrees to a blind date with Henry, a charming man. Their dinner starts off pleasantly at an upscale restaurant, but everything changes when Violet receives an anonymous digi-drop of files sent to her phone. It shows her sister and young son being held hostage. A voice demands she kill Henry before the night ends, or they'll die. Violet, panicked and disoriented, tries to make sense of the situation without alerting Henry. At first, she suspects the message is some kind of twisted joke or scam. But when she receives a live video feed proving her family is truly in danger, she realizes the threat is very real. She attempts to secretly call for help, but the messages keep coming, reminding her that the people watching can see everything. As the night unfolds, Violet spirals between fear, suspicion, and moral agony. Number 1. Warfare. Warfare is an intense and immersive war drama set during the 2006 Battle of Ramadi in Iraq. The film follows a Navy SEAL platoon on a covert surveillance mission that rapidly spirals into a desperate fight for survival. The story begins with the platoon deployed to observe enemy movements in a hostile neighborhood. Their mission seems straightforward, but things quickly go wrong when they become trapped inside a house after a fierce insurgent attack. Cut off from support, the soldiers face mounting danger as they try to hold their position against relentless enemy forces. As the enemy's numbers grow and the likelihood of rescue diminishes, the platoon must rely on their training, instincts, and trust in one another to survive. Throughout the film, the focus is tightly kept on the platoon members revealing their individual fears, hopes, and bonds forged in the crucible of war. The narrative unfolds almost in real time, emphasizing the claustrophobic tension and chaos that soldiers endure in close-quarters combat. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of this video. If you enjoyed what you watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our future content. Feel free to leave a comment down below, share your thoughts, or suggest topics you'd like to see in upcoming videos.